Hey guys, it's Jordan here from J-Tech with a quick review of the Skullcandy Crusher headphones. This is a $99 headphone brought to you by Skullcandy, a very popular bass-heavy company. I like these headphones a lot, even though I'm not really a Skullcandy fan, for a plethora of reasons. Why shouldn't you get them for only $99? Well, I'll tell you all about them right after this. Alright, so first thing I want to talk about here is actually the design of the headphone. Obviously, we're going to get this all matte black design, which I think is a really good design, especially over the last model. You're also going to see that we have a nice silver Skullcandy logo there, along with a nice glossy Skullcandy embossing across the top of the headband. We also can see we have another Skullcandy logo on the right ear cup as well, which is going to be right above the vents here, made for the bass, which are some pretty cool looking vents. We also on the other side have the spot for you to put your auxiliary cable in, which is actually a provided cable. You'll see the cable right here. It's actually going to be a little flimsy cable. It's a nice cable, not going to lie. You also see we have the nice, I want to say, plastic headband and some really nice soft cushions with fake stitching on them. The cushions are definitely really soft. I like them a lot, to be honest. And the headphones are also collapsible as well if you're into the whole collapsible headphone. Now, obviously, when you're considering a headphone, you're going to consider sound over design anytime. And I'm not going to lie, the sound on these is actually pretty good, surprisingly, especially from what I've heard from Skullcandy in the past. Now, without even touching the bass slider, the bass on these headphones is phenomenal already as it is. It does actually have a pretty warm sound on the headphone, a sound that you'll get from most bass heavy headphones. It'll actually have some recessed vocals and recessed highs, but the mids and the lows are going to be very, very good on this headphone without even messing with the bass slider at all. Now, of course, while we are talking about the bass slider, it does exist, and it does indeed have two drivers in this headphone. First driver is going to be the 40mm driver. Then we have a 50mm driver that has to be powered by a AA battery, which you can see right here. Now all you have to do is really just take the right ear cup off and put it in, which is a lot better than having the whole thing you actually had to use for the last headphone that was with the cable. Now, the actual bass slider, how it works, you just slide it up and down, and that'll basically adjust the amount of bass you're going to have in that song that you're listening to. I don't really tend to use it all that much, but when I do turn it up, I'm listening to a very bass heavy song that I enjoy. Now, in order just to get the ear cup back in, all you really have to do is just line it up at the bottom and snap it back into place. It's pretty much as simple as that. Now, while we're talking about snapping things back into place, I thought I'd let you know a little something about the cable. If you were to decide to get a different cable, which I don't have any complaints with this cable at all, but if you did, you do need to make sure it's a thin cable because the actual auxiliary output on the headphone is quite small. You're also going to get the control talk here, as you can see, that'll allow you to talk on the microphone and also pause and play the songs. This one's not going to allow you to change the volume, and it's not going to allow you to change the tracks either. If you're watching this review, you probably want to know what the headphones sound like when the bass slider is adjusted all the way. Now, I know I touched up on that a little bit earlier, but I figured I'd go more in depth considering that that is the main selling point of these headphones. I don't feel like the bass adjuster is necessary because the headphones do have a lot of bass on their own. But if you're listening to a song with that extra kick of bass that you really want, or you don't want but you'd actually enjoy to have, it's really good to have. It literally feels like you have a subwoofer on your head, which is not a bad thing at all times. If you're listening to a song and you really want to rock out, it's definitely going to sound really good. And if bass is a necessity for you and you love beats, I definitely recommend these in the bass department. All in all, I feel like these are some very good headphones, especially for $99. Skullcandy really did outdo themselves in terms of the design, the build quality, and the sound quality, all put into this $99 package. Now, of course, they did make some compromises in terms of the carrying case, which I did not mention at all because it's really, really bad. I've gotten some headphones for about $60 with better carrying bags than that. I feel like the Skullcandies are definitely some of the best bassy headphones you can get for under $99. And if you want to compare them to Beats, which I don't like to do very often, they're definitely better than the Solos, and I actually have a friend who can vouch for saying that they're probably, in terms of bass and sound, sounding a little better than the new Beat Studios. Now, of course, they don't have active noise cancellation, but I did notice when they're on my ears, I can't hear anything. So the passive noise cancellation on these things is pretty good, and so is the noise isolation. People told me they couldn't really hear the music when I'm playing it either. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm working hard to make my reviews a little more high quality. Got the new mic, got the new camera, doing the format a little different. So definitely like, subscribe, comment, let me know how I'm doing, and definitely subscribe to see how I'm doing in the future. It's Jordan from J-Tech.